Yeah. Okay, let's get to Xu-Nan and hear what he's got to say on the bill.
And the Green Party will also support this bill as well. In terms of the context, I think the Honourable Paul Goldsmith and also the Honourable Dr. Duncan Webb has already mentioned it in terms of the fact that this is increasing, predominantly it is to increase the financial jurisdiction of the Dispute Tribunal from 30,000 to 60,000. And this is something that we have seen increase a number of times over the years, noting that, for example, in 2009, the limit was only 7,500 at that stage. But like the bill suggests, and like the intention of the bill, yes, I think there is the possibility of creating a relief or some sort of relief in the district court system by having some of that going to the district tribunal. And in many ways, this will allow for more accessibility and also faster processing time in terms of the court system. However, there are a couple of concerns, and I think the previous speaker has laid some of them out. And number one being that you will have to represent yourself. Once we're getting up to a certain level of threshold, there's also greater risk of that. There are also fewer legal protection for claimants. There are no judges, and also, like what we heard before, that there is no waiver being applied to now the new administrative fee, essentially, of $468. However, in saying that, people will still have the flexibility of whether to take their case to the district tribunal or the district court. But considering there isn't a waiver, there is possibly the greater discussion of what then would people do, knowing that one is more expensive than the other and one doesn't have a waiver. Will it be, we will actually see the manifestation of the intended purpose of this particular bill. And that is something that we're looking forward to teasing out in Joint Select Committee stage. But overall, it does offer a greater flexibility. Some of the other things that are also would be interesting to hear during the Select Committee process is that simply we don't have the data right now of the number of civil claims that is between $30,000 and $100,000 at all, and they're not currently captured in the legal system. So we also don't really know what is the maximum intent and the maximum benefit that we will see with this particular bill. But Mr. Speaker, overall, although the Green Party supports the intention of this bill and would like to see that the purpose of this bill being that it does allow for some of that faster processing time and relieve some of the pressure that we have on our district court system. But fundamentally, Mr. Speaker, we are seeing that our court systems are systemically underfunded in this environment, and something like this mainly pushing a certain set of the bill around within that ecosystem, or within that greater ecosystem of the court system. So, Mr. Speaker, although this bill is good, we would like to see there being greater support to the court system across the board. And although there are other bills that's currently in the House around increasing, for example, the number of district court judges, but there's nothing that's concretely around increasing the funding to the staffing. We haven't had tangible solutions in terms of some of the outdated and archaic filing system and IT system, which is currently in the works, and also some of the issues that we're seeing with district courts, and also in terms of building and infrastructure of district court in general, particularly district courts and court system in the rural and regional system. So overall, Mr. Speaker, the Green Party is supportive of this bill. We are interested to hear more from the public during the Select Committee stage, particularly around some of the instances and some of the cases on the number of the cases between 30,000 and 100,000.
Okay, that's actually interesting about the, what's it called? We don't have the stats on the number of cases between 30 and 100 grand.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, which that would actually be quite a useful figure of actually, what sort of cases that could be in a disputes tribunal territory that isn't, such as like when someone sits there and screws up with a Tesla.
Well, did the Tesla screw up? Did the person do it, or was it the Tesla?
Oh, yeah, who knows? But it's, it's definitely something that, what are we trying to work, what will it solve? Will it solve that sort of thing? Now,